Have you ever walked into a room and you just feel good? That is the power of ambience. Hi there, welcome to my channel Garden and Home, and today we'll be talking about the power of ambience in your space. When we talk about ambience, we have a lot of things that encompass the word ambience. And firstly, I'd like to discuss lighting. Lighting is such an integral part of interior design, and it is one of the aspects that interior designers such as myself never overlook. It's something that you should be able to plan ahead of time, especially also with your architect. You must also ensure that whoever is designing your home, whether it is an architect or you're working together with an interior designer, that the lighting plan is well executed. We can talk about ambience. Ambience is basically the general lighting of your home. It includes wall sconces, it includes overhead lighting, strip lighting, recessed lighting. It's basically your general lighting of the home. All in all, when you're thinking about lighting, think about soft hues, warm light. When you're looking for a light bulb, for example, ensure that it's about 2300 Kelvin and above. What that ensures is that you're introducing warm lighting and warm hues into your home. So we see a lot of homes in Nairobi. I know you know a particular person that has their house full of the daylight, cool lighting, and it washes out all the colors in your space. One, it also changes the mood of the space. It doesn't create a warm and inviting atmosphere. So try and switch up the temperature of your lamps so that you can be able to have a more cozy and warm environment. We can also discuss layered lighting, what it means to layer lighting in your home. When you layer light in your home, it basically means having different levels of lighting in your space, which is very important to create a very cozy environment, especially in the evening. We can do so by adding lamps. We can do so by adding candles, whether they're electric, whether they're actual candles. It all adds a warm and subtle feeling to your space. This task lighting. Task lighting is basically the light that we use when we're performing particular tasks. For example, reading a book, cooking, and this is basically light that is focused and directed in a particular area or space. Also, some people might call that a spotlight. Always remember that the most important light in your home is natural light. And that is a light that comes from the sun. Basically, that's it. Ensure that your space is flooded with natural light. Not only is it important for your plants, yourself, your physical and mental well-being, natural light is the best light to illuminate a particular space, your home. It is required for also all your indoor plants, whether you have any indoor plants as well, and it illuminates the space in a natural way that artificial light cannot. The next important thing is texture. Texture are the tactile materials that we can introduce in our home to ensure that our space has depth and interest. Texture can be in form of a woven rug. It could be in form of a velvet cushion, some linen drapes. Basically, when you introduce different textures and materials in your home, you add visual interest in your space. Another way that you can add texture in your space is by adding natural elements. For example, you can utilize wall cladding, natural materials such as wood, natural materials such as stones, to have some visual interest in your space. Having that tactile feel against a smooth surface makes a space feel more interesting to look at, interesting to feel and touch. The next thing is reflective surfaces. Reflective surfaces could be in form of adding mirrors into your space. We've had this a couple of times. When you add reflective mirrors in strategic places, you not only illuminate your space, you reflect and bounce light in your room. By doing so, you enlarge your space, you bounce light in your space, making your space more brighter. And also, mirrors are beautiful to look at. And I think we have a lot of interesting designs, whether you want to go for a traditional gilded mirror or you want to have a contemporary asymmetrical mirror, or you would like to have a mirror that is rustic and has beautiful wood carvings. Whatever type of mirror that you want to use for the design of your home, ensure that the scale is correct and that is placed in a place that reflects the best view of your home. The next point on our list is window treatments. Window treatments are drapes, curtains, blinds, dressing our windows, not necessarily having to leave them open all the time. Well, that depends on the style of your home as well. But adding some softness to your space by adding a drape ensures that we add softness and ambience in your space. Drapes could either be full of print or simple white linen, soft sheers. It all depends on the design scope that you want to achieve. Drapes are not only beautiful, they add texture and softness in your space. Hanging your curtains as high as you possibly can ensures that your space feels taller than it actually is. Another tip that you can do to ensure that your curtains are not basic is adding a trim. You can add a trim on the curtains to add a print, to add texture and visual interest in your space. Another way you can take advantage to incorporate texture, interesting patterns is by adding an interesting curtain tie or putting interesting curtain hooks in your space. This will ensure that your curtains are just not regular and basic. You can also add blinds, valances, Roman blinds as well to a particular space to ensure that you have different types of drapes in your house. And for example, you can use bamboo blinds in your kitchen. Not only are they easy to clean, they add texture, they add warmth into your space as well. And you can also use Roman blinds. Roman blinds come in all different shapes, sizes. You can get some that are designed in a scallop cut, and you can incorporate a lot of texture and print in your space. Another way to create ambience in your home is to ensure that you have some greenery and life into your space. And you can do that by ensuring that you have low maintenance plants for those who don't like to garden or can't keep a plant alive. For example, peace lilies, they're quite easy to maintain. Snake plants as well, money plants as well. They all add visual interest, texture, color to your space, and they also purify your space as well, your air. They're not only beautiful to look at, they purify your air and are good for your mental health. Another way you can decorate with your space with plants is adding architectural plants. And by architectural plants, we mean plants that have very distinct shapes and sizes as well. For example, sisal plant or a beautiful cycad. All these plants bring interest, visual interest in your space. Another way to add warmth into your space is to add your own personal touches. What do we mean by that? When you walk into a space, I should be able to identify who you are. I should be able to know that you're a person who likes to collect 1 or 2, 3 things. You're a person who loves plants. You're a person who loves color. Be you. Don't be afraid to experiment. Don't be afraid to collect things that visually interest you. Because after all, we do spend majority of our time at home by ourselves, or when people come. We need to be able to ensure that we spend quality time at home with the things that we love and have collected over time. Our next point is color psychology. Color psychology is basically the way we feel in a particular room or space based on the color and how color affects us as well. And when we talk about color psychology, there are 2 types or 2 tones of color. There's either warm hues or cool tones. Warm hues are orange, red, browns. All these evoke warmth and a comfortable, enveloping feeling when you're in a particular space. Cool tones, on the other hand, are blues, greens, and create a vibrant environment. Neutral colors are the foundation blocks of your design scheme. Neutral colors can either be white, creams, blacks, and basically a neutral color is something that will match with any other color. Test paint samples in your room's lighting. Lighting matters. Lighting dramatically affects how neutrals appear. Natural light enhances their warmth, while artificial light can alter their tones. The next point is engaging the senses. Scent. Use candles, diffusers, or fresh flowers for a pleasant aroma. Sound. Play calming music or nature sounds, jazz, my favorite, to always ensure that your space feels uplifted and inviting. Touch. Add soft textures like blankets, pillows, rugs to make sure that your space feels warm and cozy. Lastly, is to organize your space. Your space must feel cohesive, it must feel decluttered and breathable. Ensure that whatever that you collect has meaning and value to you to avoid unnecessary hoarding. I hope this video has inspired you to create beautiful spaces that showcase your personal touch. Remember, the most important thing in interior design is letting your unique personality shine through. Until then, I'm Kezia. This is Garden and Home.